and I am back with another Kit Conspiracy layout for you guys today. I have 4 photos. I actually had 8 photos and I dwindled them down to 4 of the same retreat that I was sharing with you guys on Sunday. And now I'm just showing you guys that I am barely using my sticker sheet. And my chipboard. I hardly use it. That camera would have been perfect for Sunday's layout. Oh my gosh. I'm just shocked at what I have and what can be going on. I'm also showing you guys the cut apart sheets that I have left over, or what I have left over from the cut apart sheets, and what could work for this particular layout that I have in mind. When I start a layout, in all honesty, I have just a hint of what I'm going to do. And then after that, it blossoms into itself. And it goes in the direction it needs to go for whatever reason. I don't know how else to explain that. But I do know that it's one of those interesting things, because I just have an idea in my brain and then whatever happens, happens. That's it. I also have the black scraps left over from when I was creating my 8.5 by 11 layout from Sunday, and then my white cardstock still. I have some papers, full-size papers still left over. This beautiful wreath, I do definitely want to play with that, but that green on the other side is gorgeous as well. I have these beautiful typewriter keys, but this butterfly, you guys, I love this butterfly. I don't know. I can't decide. It's like, which side do you use? Because I love them both. And then this beautiful, beautiful camera paper, which is probably like the gem of the pack, right? So I'm definitely going to be using that. And now I'm going to see which ones, well, I've thought about cutting out that wreath, and nope, I'm not going to do that. I need to decide how this stripe is going to work. And I was going to do the typewriter keys and then changed my marbles, and I brought in the blue instead. So those are the papers that I picked out. I want to try to use up some of these tags because there's a lot of tags to be used. And off camera, I went and trimmed my photos down and backed them on white cardstock. And now I'm going to be cutting my blue photo mats for this particular set of photos. And what I want to do is I only want to use the 4x4 cards. I do not want to use the or cut into the 2x2s, because I think I'm going to end up using those and fussy cutting out the postage stamps and all that other stuff. When I was doing this striped paper, I thought to myself, I was like, why didn't I look at the backside to see where I wanted my stripes to go first before cutting into it? So, yeah, long story short, I knew I wanted these 2 cut apart cards as well as the butterfly trio and the postcard. So I'm going to cut out 3x4 stripes and use those on my photos. Now my photos are, I believe, 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, somewhere in there. So 3x4s are way too small, but I'm going to get them to work because, again, it's just layering. I just want the color. I don't need to see the whole piece of paper, in all honesty. And then also off camera, I fussy cut out that camera paper. I took out all the pieces, all the words, I think is what they're called, and just left the layering pieces because I really wanted to do my own hazing underneath them, and especially put it on a black piece of cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out all of my pieces, and I'm just sharing with you guys that I fussy cut out all of those pieces, and I have tumbled glass, as well as I'm going to go get some salvaged patina. Those are the 2 colors that I'm going to use. Now, what is it called? Tumbled glass actually does not really show up. It shows up more like a hazy gray than a blue. And so I didn't catch on until I was already, knee deep into the project. And salvaged patina definitely does show up, but I still use it. I went ahead and used the tumbled glass, so that way it was you know, you could see a variation between the salvage patina and the tumbled glass. But the first thing I'm going to do is outline where I want to do my hazing. And what I mean by hazing is I'm just going to add a little bit of ink near and around where I'm drawing my pencil marks. So that way it peeks out from underneath all of my papers. And what's really cool about this effect is that it makes it look like your papers are almost 3D'd, like floating off the page. It's like a shadow. I'm going to be using the paper that I cut away as a reference guide of where my inking is going to be. So I'm going to start over on the left, the far left, and go ahead and haze my paper. But see how it's not blue, it's more of like a gray. But I'm okay with that. I like the light and the dark between the salvage patina and the tumbled glass. Now, unlike my layout on Sunday, I definitely don't want the entire layout to be hazy like it was. I want it to just be a peak here and a peak there, and that's it. I don't want to go all crazy on where it's going to be showing through. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to move on to the small upper portion that I cut out of the pattern paper. And another thing that I'm trying not to do is I'm trying not to get it to go in a round circular motion. I want it to look more like it's bursting out. So after I brush it on, I do stroke it out, kind of like brushing my hair. I'm brushing down or over or across to get the lines to burst out rather than swirl out. So that's just another thing that I'm adding to the hazing just a little bit. There was one little section that I wanted to add a little bit more, having it go a little bit over the top, the upper portion. I don't really think that it's even noticeable after I'm done. Before I start adding my elements to the page, I am definitely going to do the splattering like I wished I would have done on Sunday's layout as well. So here I go. I'm just going to splatter away. I do get a little carried away when I go down to the larger cutout cluster, but I'm okay with that. By the time that the layout is done and over with, I really do end up liking how this looks, but I did splatter in a bunch of spots. I didn't want it to be honest, but that's okay. By the time I get my photos and stuff on, you won't even notice. But I definitely am glad that I splattered first because I do love how this looks. I am in love with this hazing, and I would have never done it had I not have purchased this piece of paper because it's one of the things that caught my eye of this paper, and I really wanted to mimic it. Off camera, I did try to do the packaging technique, oxide to black. It did not work. I barely got any color at all. I do have some metallic watercolors that it probably would have worked on, but they're jewel tone and they wouldn't have been as bright as an oxide. So I just went with the blender brush. I'm okay with it. Like I said, by the time that I add all of these photos onto this layout, you won't even notice it that much. Yes, you'll notice it. It's definitely there, but it's not as prominent as it is now without all that stuff. Okay, again, off camera, I went ahead and I scuffed up all the edges of my striped paper. I did not do that on the blue, just on the stripe, because we're at a scrapbook crop. And so I wanted, and that was one of the reasons, again, too, is why I really liked all the different clusters of paper on this one collaged paper with the camera, is because I like how it looks like our scrap bin. It really does. And so I wanted the layers behind my photos to also represent that, that scrap bin, of all of our scrappy leftovers and whatnot. So I just had fun with this layout. Now, when I was pulling out all of the embellishments, going through all of my little cups again, I realized that this layout's going to have to take a turn because I find more of those layering tickets than I do anything else. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to add some color to this layout by using those layered tickets. Well, I already used the paper for the tickets, so I don't have that anymore. I used the entire piece of paper. So I'm going to have to get creative and find other things that I can use. So I've already got 2 cut aparts. They're up above my layout right now. I'm going to bring those in just in a minute once I actually make that final decision. I have to see if what I had in mind first works, because I'm stubborn like that. I really do have to, tell myself or show myself that things aren't going to work before I believe myself. So yeah, that's just the way that it works. But I am going to start with the layering. And I do rearrange a couple photos because of where the striped paper looks the best. So that is what's going to determine where all the photos go. Did I just say tables? I'm going to rearrange the tables. They're pictures of the tables, because that's one of my favorite things when I go to a crop to take a picture of, is all of our messy tables. I mean, it is just such a good, fun mess that it makes my heart happy to see all the stuff and all the things. It just really does. I'd rather bring all my stuff to share it and let people touch it, which sounds really weird. I know, I'm sorry. But yeah, I want to rifle through all the things. That's it. That's all I want to do. And then let other people do the same thing. It's just so fun. And you see something that you need or something that would work on your layout more than it does, just sitting in my stash. Oh my gosh, by all means. And it's so fun. All right, so here's where I finally made that decision of I need to bring this element in. Well, do you notice how colorful that element is? And I've already had a tone of color throughout this layout. So now I need to bring in more of it. One of the subtitles that I picked, which is called Enjoy the Moment, or Enjoy This Moment, had all these tickets underneath the title portion. And so it's bringing in all of those bright, fun colors. The 3 cut apart cards that I picked out brought in all those bright, fun colors. So now I need to change up my tags, because my tags aren't bright, fun colors. They're more of the soft, pale, springy colors. So I found a tag that had those bright, fun colors. So I'm going to bring that in and replace it. I do like the tag that is behind my every enjoy these moments, or this moment, sorry. So I do like that. And then I went ahead and took away my tag that is on the right side. So that way I could just let the cut apart shine and be all bright and cheery. But now I'm going back through all of my goodies to see if I can find more of the bright taggy stuff, or tickets or whatever they are. And I realize I don't have any more. That's it. There's no other embellishments. So I have to get a little creative. Well, one of the things that I'm forgetting is the sticker sheet. I am totally forgetting the sticker sheet because it is off in La La Land and has not made a comeback yet. So in a minute, I will remember that I have a sticker sheet and a chipboard sheet to continue to look at. I'm just trying to make a decision of what tag needs to replace my other soft pale tag because I'm trying to use the tags, and it's that camera tag. Yep. I didn't want to. I definitely wanted to use that camera, you guys, but it's going to be used as a plain Jane tag. Yep, that's the way that it's going to work. And play well with the rest of my layouts. I'm going to put Enjoy the Moment right there in the dead space of my photo, as well as the word hello I'm going to put in the dead space of my photo. And look, the sticker sheet has all of these tickets, so I can just add those into the clusters that are already on, or already in the papers that I've cut up, and they work beautifully. Oh my gosh, all of these cute little taggy things. are just the perfect embellishments for what I needed. And I keep forgetting that sticker sheet, you guys. I need to cut it up. I need to put it in my bowls because I clearly reach for the bowls more than I reach for flat items that I have to look at. Like I have to almost read every little thing, and that's just not working for me. So I really wanted to do Life is So Beautiful. But I did not do that anymore. I think I already have a layout that says Life is Beautiful or Life is So Beautiful, or This is a Beautiful Life, something like that. So what I like is that green little ticket says amazing, and then I found this lovely, and then I still have the word life. So it says amazing, lovely life, but I'm going to switch out the word life here in a minute for another word that I find that I think works 10 times better, and there it is. Amazing, lovely moments, which this is. I love the fact that I can go to these retreats and hang out with these people and just get a break from everything. One of the things I love about this particular retreat is that we each take turns cooking a dinner. So when it's your turn, you do get to go and cook and whatnot, and then you turn around and everybody else gets to cook. So it's, I think, 3 nights and 4 days, I think, or 5 days and 4 nights. I can't remember. I will have to, it seems like it's forever. But I definitely do enjoy that because only one of those nights I have to cook. So it's fabulous. And me and a partner. So anyways, here is the close-ups. I am so super stoked with how this turned out and how it ended up coming out, even though I had to makeshift some color. I had to bring in a little bit of color. And like I said, they were sitting right there on the sticker sheet, and I found most of my embellishments on that sticker sheet. So I'm super stoked about that. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to check out Janet Fritz, who is Galaxy Girl Creations, here on YouTube. She is playing along with me with Kit Conspiracy. This is something that we came up with to do, I want to say a year ago or 2 years ago now. And we have just been having a blast creating with all of these kits and sharing this stuff with you, and especially seeing how much we use from each collection. That is just so much fun. It really is. So anyways, be sure to go check out her awesome videos. I really do love what she comes up with, and then it makes me want to go buy another pack and just recreate what she did. In all honesty. So anyways, if you are looking or interested in checking out any other videos that we have, here are 2 more videos for you to go check out from Kit Conspiracy, and I will check y'all later. Bye.